honor of Father's Day, a very special guest joining us in the booth. It's my dad, Mark Zickel. Hey, Dad.
Hey, Tyler.
How you doing?
I am thrilled to be here. It's amazing.
Not your first time here at Rogers Field at Nat Bailey Stadium. You and your partner Trish got to come up last summer, got to experience everything that there is to offer here on Ontario Street. What have you liked about this visit so far?
Well, one thing I like for sure is that it's so much cooler. When we were here last year, it was about 90 Fahrenheit.
It was certainly a hot one.
Yeah.
Hot seas summer, certainly, and nice to have a little bit more favorable conditions. This is kind of like our hometown of San Diego. Yeah. A cool moment we got to share before the game. You got to throw a first pitch. I got to catch a first pitch. The first pitch that I've ever caught in my 9 minor league seasons. That was a real treat.
Well, I tell you, it's your first pitch caught, my first pitch thrown. It's hard to say.
Firsts,
you have a hard job here, I got to tell you.
I mean, whether I do it right or not, that depends on the day, depends on the minute. Any nerves as you were climbing the slope out there?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, you and I went out and we had some catch yesterday afternoon after the game, and I tell you, I thought I had it in the bag, but yeah, I had a few nerves. Hey, I think at least I made the distance. I might have been offline. It was I was throwing junk today.
Have you ever been to Tennessee, Dad?
I have been to Tennessee. I have not been to Clarksville. I've been to Nashville.
We've been to Tennessee. We did a 30-state, 30-day road trip in the summer of 2009. My mom and our sisters, the 5 of us, my sisters I should say, we all loaded up the Dodge Durango and spent 30 days driving around the country. That is a jarring play for any base runner when you dive in head first. It kind of reminds me of me playing Little League, Dad. I always had the dirtiest jersey on the field. Yeah,
you did. You were a challenge to the washing machine, that's for sure.
What's been your favorite experience so far?
Without a doubt, here at the Nat. I mean, this place is amazing. And on a day like today, the sun is out and the sky is blue. It is gorgeous.
Last couple of seasons, Padres have been fun and sometimes frustrating, but on the whole, we're really enjoying what's going on in San Diego.
Yeah, we're enjoying it indeed. I went to the game Wednesday night against the Guardians, and Padres won 5-0. Fernando Tatis put on a show.
Talking about your experience at the Padres game when they took on the Guardians last week and the new pace of play rules, the pitch clock specifically making things go faster. We've had it now for 2 seasons in the minor leagues, and I think across the board it's been a great change.
I think it's been a great change, too. I think the hitters in the majors this year took a while to get used to it.
Certainly.
Kind of messed up their rhythm. This experience at this ballpark with this team, I mean, it's so different. You're right there. You just get the flavor and texture of baseball.
You're so right about that, Dad, because specifically here at the Nat, there's an intimacy even when their ballpark is filled like it is today with 6,413, which is our official capacity. You do feel like it is very much this tight, intimate, as we've said, really authentic place to catch a game. It's not sterile or this grandiose huge ballpark like you might see in the major leagues.
Yeah, it's pure baseball.
Now, Dad, you've done a lot of baseball coaching in your day. You kind of taught yourself the game of baseball and soccer so that you could be the youth coach for me on baseball and for my sisters and I for soccer. Starting out in your coaching career as Boyer delivers a 1-1 that's fouled back, what was the hardest thing for you to remind yourself being a youth coach?
It's just to always have fun. And, I think what I did best, despite my lack of knowledge in some cases, was being able to maintain that sense of fun for almost all the kids on the teams, whether it was baseball or soccer.
And I got to thank you publicly for being my Little League coach for all those years. Such a great time, and really, it's great to be the coach's kid, and sometimes not so much, but it was never, ever a burden to be the coach's son when you were at the helm for my Little League teams. Not that you've ever been in the box to see 95, but I remember at Jack Murphy Stadium, a Ken Caminetti foul ball came up hot, and in our season tickets in the Loge section third base side went off your palm. It skipped away, but a nice man brought that ball back over and gave it to us as a souvenir. My first foul ball that I ever took home.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the only thing that would have been better is if I could have caught that cleanly.
Do you still see it in your nightmares?
Yeah, I absolutely do. I'm more than ready now whenever I'm in line for a foul ball.
What was it about baseball, Dad, that really got you interested and made me interested? Because I wouldn't be sitting here without you, and I know you didn't play as a kid and not necessarily the biggest fan growing up.
I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia before the Braves moved there from Milwaukee, and I became a Yankees fan simply because they were always on television.
Dad, thanks for coming on the radio. Happy Father's Day. I love you.
Thanks, son. It was such a treat. I love you too, man.